I told you we were going to kick things up a notch because this is the part where you're going to go, okay, everything is connected. And the ancients knew. Our ancestral architects that created the original fractal blueprint code of our entire reality. And before you roll your eyes and scroll, I brought the scientific research and the ancient history research to back this up.
Grand Rising family, welcome back to another episode of Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who needs to see this, share it with them. These videos are for entertainment purposes. I am not responsible for what you do or don't believe. This is your journey. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Today's shout outs go to Bird Shadow. Thank you. I appreciate the support, sis. And I wasn't going to give this person a shout out, but they do watch my content. They are supporting my channel. So my shout out goes to Daryl Polanitz. Thank you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support from everybody that watches and comments and just shows love. That's what it's about. It's about showing love to each other, wanting to uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get our shit together. You know, the divine is really working on me about my language. A good leader doesn't need to cuss to be understood. And I know that. And I'm working on it. Today's videos, I have part 10, 11, 12, and 13 of that lady that is explaining the simulation and the matrix and oversouls and downloads. And I have them. She has made 4 more parts since that last video. They are episode 11 and episode 15 are the other parts. I'm going to put them all together. I'm going to make a part 1 and part 2 and just have them all together in one video. Well, 2 videos because they're long, and each of her videos are like 4 or 5 minutes long. I could do them all in one video, but that would be a pretty long video, and I have things to do. I don't have time to sit and watch a 2-hour video, and you probably don't either. So, okay, let's do our affirmation. So today's affirmation from the affirmation deck is, I trust the journey even when I don't understand it. Reflect on past successes to boost your confidence. That was a good one. Okay, now it's time for Lady Boss Energies. This one says, I am a divine spark of light. Yes, I am. And so are you. You just got to find it within yourself. You know how I've been talking about like our words are spells, and week, it doesn't mean something different from week. Week is week. Morning doesn't mean something different from morning. Morning is morning. Well, I was in the book, and as I was reading, the divine gave me a download that the Holy Bible, holy doesn't mean holy like sacred. Holy means holy like a t-shirt with holes in it, or a pair of socks with the holes in it, or holy jeans. It's missing fabric. That book is holy. It's missing parts of the truth. That is not, that when they say that is the Holy Bible, they're saying that is the Bible. It's missing pieces. It's missing truth. And it has things in there that are not true. And I have been procrastinating I made a video about it, and I have been procrastinating to do it. I don't know why I was procrastinating. I think I was procrastinating because I don't want to say nervous of what people were going to say, but I mean, it's the truth. I get answers to my questions when I go within myself. I know the answers. You have that ability too. We all have the ability to go within ourselves and get the answers to the questions we have questions to. And when I got that download, I was like, holy what? It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And the more holy you are, the more far from the truth you are. The divine is amazing. The things the divine tells me, it's amazing. And what I just said isn't true. I'm talking about a book I read. So, anyways, okay. Well, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get straight into it.
Oh, it's rabbit hole time. Part 10. So what happens to the timelines you leave behind? Why do certain people vanish from your life when you upgrade? And how do you consciously choose the version of Earth that is your highest timeline? Before you roll your eyes and scroll, I've got the scientific research to back this up.
Bring it,
All right,
sister.
let's go. So here's the part they never tell you. When you shift timelines, the old versions of you don't disappear. You do. The moment you shift timelines, your old reality continues on without you. Physics already tells us this. Everett's many worlds theory says that probability branches continue on independently. When you level up, the old you continues on that old timeline on that old Earth. But you, the conscious observer, migrates to the branch that matches your new frequency. Your past versions don't vanish. They become alternate selves living out different outcomes. This is why shadow work feels like integrating old versions of you, because they exist. So why do people disappear or vanish from your life when you level up? This part gives people chills because they have felt it. First, in complexity science, we have probability separation. When two parts of a system diverge enough, they stop influencing each other. Translation: if somebody's consciousness stays in a lower probability timeline and yours rises to a higher probability timeline, you stop appearing in each other's simulation. Not because anybody is wrong, but because your stories no longer intersect in the probability field. The NPCs in your life, their scripts only update in the timelines where you still exist. If you're no longer in that branch, their script runs out with you. This is why people forget you, connections fade, your memories don't match others, why some people can't perceive your upgrades, and why they act differently when you shift. It's not personal. They're interacting with a different version of you in a different branch. And what happens to those timelines you leave behind? This is the big one. Those timelines collapse into lower probabilities. Unused probability branches tend to decohere, become less stable, become less influential. Quantum decoherence explains this perfectly. The more consciousness that leaves a timeline, the less energy remains to sustain it. Timeline branches cluster by vibration. Higher timelines group with higher timelines, and lower timelines merge with lower ones. These clusters of branches become worlds where fear runs the narrative, stagnation dominates, synchronicities disappear. The script just feels predictive. People stop evolving. But you stepped out, so you're no longer affected. These lower cluster worlds become past lifelike. Over time, they can become hazy and dreamlike, emotionally distant. The memories are hard to access. It's because your consciousness is no longer feeding them. So then how do you choose the highest possible version of Earth? It's quite practical magic. Simply put, your Earth will always match your emotional baseline. Stable, authentic, love-based equals your highest timeline. Chaos, chaotic timeline. Fear, guilt, shame, your lowest timeline. And when you're in a neutral state, that is the time when you get your fastest upgrades. According to predictive processing, your expectations are the blueprint for your next reality. This is spiritual placebo effect. It's believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. Expect miracles, land in a miracle timeline. Expect stagnation, land where nothing changes. Light code integration and solar activity acts like a selector signal. When you sun gaze, meditate, or align energetically with cosmic cycles, portals, you are synchronizing your brainwave patterns, increasing neural coherence, connecting and receiving information from your future self version, and accelerating the probability of merging with your highest timeline. And really, it all boils down to a conscious choice. You choose your timeline by choosing your reactions, your self-image, your beliefs, your frequency, your embodiment, your every micro decision, not metaphorically, literally. Your consciousness navigates the universe and all the possible versions and timelines, like the cursor on your computer screen, selecting which tab to open next. And how do you know you landed in your highest version? Synchronicities will explode, reality feels lighter and sharper, manifestations speed up, people treat you differently, your intuition sharpens. These are not symptoms, these are GPS confirmations that you've aligned with your next highest reality. So, timelines don't disappear. You shift between the versions of Earth that match your frequency. People don't vanish, they continue on branches where you no longer exist. And your highest timeline becomes available the moment you become emotionally and energetically compatible with it. Woo! This was another long one, but you guys, you're crushing this. If you're still here, and especially if you have watched all 10 parts, comment, I am on my highest timeline. Because you are, baby. And now that we've done 10 parts, I think we are ready to take this up another notch. So if you think you can handle it, give me a part 11 in the comments, because we're going cosmic. We're gonna talk walk-in soul, timeline guardians, and how and why some people from the future show up in your life now. Activation complete. Oh, it's rabbit hole time. Part 11. Some people in your life are not who you think they are. Some of them are walk-ins. Some are timeline guardians. And some are literally versions of people from the future entering this life to redirect your path. And before you roll your eyes and scroll, yes, I brought the scientific research to back this up. All right, let's go. So what really is a walk-in, and what did the New Age get wrong? A walk-in is not possession, an entity takeover, or a soul replacement. It's a consciousness upgrade event where a higher version of your oversoul steps into the timeline because the current version cannot complete the mission efficiently. Here's the science. Neuroscience has proven that identity is not fixed. Your self is a continuously upgraded model generated by memory, prediction, and neural integration. When a walk-in happens, your entire self model updates. Suddenly you feel different values, different preferences, different emotions, different priorities. This is why people say, I woke up one day and felt like a different person. You were. So when you have a big awakening in your life, and by the way, there can be multiple of those, it is a recalibration where the new higher frequency soul walks in and the old, denser version of you is integrated. Cognitive science research shows that consciousness is modular. We're not one identity, we're layers, like an onion. A walk-in simply means a higher layer took the driver's seat. So then who are the timeline guardians? This part might give you chills because you have met them. It's the stranger that crosses your path at the exact right moment. The person you have a conversation with that ends up shifting your entire path. The friend or relationship that enters your life and changes your entire trajectory and then disappears. Timeline guardians are real, and here's the physics. In branching universe models, small events determine which major timeline you follow. Guardians will intervene to redirect and course correct if you veered off the highest path. Timeline guardians have future information, and I don't mean this metaphorically. Retrocausality models in quantum physics show that future events influences present ones, information can travel backwards through boundary conditions, and that future versions literally guide present states. The timeline guardian will arrive because you sent out a distress signal from the future. They answered it, and they step in and redirect your path. And oftentimes, you won't even recognize them until later. This segued the rabbit hole into why and how people from your future appear in your life now. This was a big part of the download of this whole series because you have already met future versions of your partner, future versions of your friends, future versions of yourself, and people from timelines that you haven't even reached yet. Physics has already proven that time is not linear. The block universe theory says all timelines coexist simultaneously. So a future person is simply a consciousness from a higher timeline stepping into this one temporarily. We already know that solar cycles open windows of communication. And we've figured out through this series that these solar events are actually being created by our collective consciousness. During these solar peaks, the geomagnetic field decreases. And with that, psychic communication, intuition, dream contact, downloads, all increases. This is when future versions can merge into the current timeline temporarily. These people you feel instantly familiar with because you already know them from future timelines, your consciousness recognizes the connection, or they are part of your oversoul network. They aren't new, they're returning. Woo! So, walk-ins are real, time guardians are real, future connections are real, and your oversoul is orchestrating all of it to keep you aligned with the highest version of your path. All right, if you're still here, comment, I am on my highest path. And you know I'm already working on parts 12, 13, 14, because this rabbit hole is endless. So if you want it, give me a part 12 in the comments.
Yes,
because in part 12, we're going to dive deep into the quantum physics and the cosmic architecture of the quantum computer that runs our reality and all the layers of reality and observable science behind it. Activation complete. Oh, it's rabbit hole time.
I have a little pimple right there. I don't know if these things actually have medication in them. I put them on there even if they don't because the sticker actually covers the pimples so dirt and stuff don't get on it. Okay, that's all. Let's go.
Part 12. This is the part that many might not believe because it sounds like science fiction, but it's actual physics. Reality is not a mystery, it's a quantum computer. We are about to peek behind the curtain. Before you roll your eyes and scroll, I brought the scientific research to back this up. All right, let's go. Scientists like Seth Lloyd, an MIT physicist, have calculated that the universe processes on the order of 10 to the 90th power quantum operations per second. Yeah, I didn't know what that meant either. But what it means is that the universe itself computes reality. What we call matter or energy are just simply output states of this computation. Easiest translation, the simulation isn't external. It is a self-running quantum computation with fractals of you as the user, the observer, and the co-creator. Quantum physics describes a zero-point field where virtual particles constantly appear and then vanish. This is also referred to as the vacuum. This field has infinite density of information and potential. The quantum information theory suggests that the vacuum acts like a universal memory storage of every possible state. The empty space isn't empty, it's the database, it's the archive, it's the source code from which new realities are created. Physics shows that electromagnetic waves, photons, and light encode information. In living systems like ours, research into biophoton communication suggests that organisms use light-based signaling internally. On a grand cosmic scale, electromagnetic field creates the formation of the structure, from the energy in the atoms to galaxies. Translation, light is not just illumination. It's the software that renders the simulation in real time. Every sunrise, every photon, every light code you feel, it's the continuous rendering of reality updating around you. But there's still more. In quantum physics, we have the observer effect, quantum measurement, and quantum decoherence all demonstrate observation collapses probability into reality. Conscious systems, particularly biological ones like you and I, act as a user interface. And in neuroscience, we have predictive coding and brain matter interaction. These show that perception and expectation shapes what becomes real in your mind, and thus what is projected into your field. Is it clicking? Your mind, your belief, your expectations, your attention, they are the interface. They're the controls, they're the outputs that the quantum computer responds to. You don't just live in the simulation, you command it. And what this means for you right now is every meditation, every intentional breath work, every shift in your beliefs or expectations is an energetic command to the universal CPU. Light codes, solar cycles, electromagnetic sensitivity, all pieces and parts of how the engine renders your reality. When you shift your frequency or clear trauma, because clearing trauma is removing density, you update your personal reality rendering settings, getting into heart coherence, into collective coherence. What you speak, what you believe, so shall it be. We're not living in a glitchy matrix. We are living in a perfectly and pristinely designed quantum computational reality. You're not trapped unless you believe you're trapped, but you're actually the operator.
Listen.
Okay. Love that this was part 12 because 12 is my number. If you're still here, comment, I command my reality, because you do. And you know we got to keep going. Part 13, give it to me in the comments. We're going to go ancestral. We're going ancient civilizations. All the hidden blueprints encoded in everything around us. Activation complete. Oh my.
I've not seen these videos, okay? Not the ones that I'm showing right now. I got them and then we're watching them together. But listen, I've been doing a lot of inner work within myself. I've been doing a lot of meditating and a lot of comprehending what is really going on. And my spirit was telling me that nothing is impossible. That if we say we're trapped, then we are trapped. If we say we're free, then we're free. If we say it's hard, then it's hard. If we say it's not, then it's not. So it's whatever we tell ourselves is what it is. They only have control because we tell ourselves they have control. It gets so deep. And the things that I am learning, I'm so excited. I never want to ever stop learning. I want to be learning forever. And I'm going to be. But the things that I'm learning blows my mind because we've been taught so many things that are not right. And it's like the divine is like, okay, you're ready. You can handle this. And I get something new every rising. Within that 24-hour period, I get something new. Every day I'm getting something new, and it's beautiful. And I love that I found this whole series. It's confirming everything that I am being guided to know from the divine. All right, well, let's keep going.
Is it a rabbit hole time? Part 13. Lucky number 13. If you already know, you know. Buckle up, because I told you we were going to kick things up a notch. Because this is the part where you're going to go, okay, everything is connected. And the ancients knew. Our ancestral architects that created the original fractal blueprint code of our entire reality. And before you roll your eyes and scroll, I brought the scientific research and the ancient history research to back this up. All right, let's go. The oldest civilizations on Earth were not primitive. They were actually the original software engineers of this reality, and they encoded the blueprint of simulation right into Earth itself. Everywhere you look in nature, from sunflower spirals to hurricanes to our own DNA, we see the same pattern. The Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio. This isn't random. How could it be? In physics, they call it scale invariance, meaning the universe repeats the same geometry at every level, kind of like a copy-paste from a cosmic template. Neuroscientists at Dartmouth found that the structure of the cosmic web looks almost identical to the neural network of the human brain. Why? Because reality is built from fractal information geometry, the original programming language of the cosmos. And the ancestral architects knew the code. This is where it gets wild. As if this rabbit hole wasn't wild enough already. Ancient civilizations weren't guessing. They mapped the system. The Egyptians, The Mayans, the Göbekli Tepe, the Stonehenge. The Egyptians encoded the golden ratio into dimensions of the Great Pyramids. The Mayans tracked cosmic cycles with such precision equal to modern-day astrophysics. The Stonehenge is a solar-lunar computer. Ancient clues and monuments were left by these civilizations, and every ancient site acts like an access point, a bridge between consciousness and the geometry of our reality. These structures were strategically placed on energy grid nodes, telluric currents, ley line intersections, and on magnetic anomalies. These aren't theories. Geophysicists have literally mapped these electromagnetic hotspots. So why would they build them there? Because the simulation's code runs the strongest, where Earth's electromagnetic field peaks. It's the same principle as today's tech. You put the most important servers where the signal is the strongest. And this blueprint is hidden in plain sight. Every ancient culture separated by oceans used the same symbols: spirals, serpents, suns, eyes, pyramids, lotus flowers, and the tree of life. Why? Because these aren't just art. They are actual diagrams of dimensional structure. They're interfaces from consciousness. They're fractals, frequency maps, and timeline navigation symbols. Your highest self recognizes them instantly. They already recognize and speak the language fluently because they are a part of the original core architecture that you are coded from. So what does this mean for you right now? It means you're not waking up randomly. You are remembering the original blueprint, the one that every ancient civilization tried to preserve before every timeline reset. You guys, it's just like a video game. Each reset, the next newest version. Intuition activates when you see sacred geometry because your consciousness knows the operating system. It understands the code. You might feel pulled to ancient sites because your soul recognizes the node on the grid that is there. You aren't just living in a simulation. You are part of the same lineage who once built, mapped, and maintained our entire reality. Whoa. So, if you're still here, hit me in the comments with "I am an architect." And if you think we should keep going, hit me with a part 14, because in part 14, we are cracking open the sacred geometry, fractal keys. We are diving into the original matrix versus the synthetic overlay, and the reawakening of the original human template. Activation complete.
Activation complete. This is wild. They have put it out there for us this whole time. It's exciting. I'm excited. It's like we're playing a game. Once we unlock this thing, then we go to the next. It's so exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited. What I want to do is I want to do like a part 1 and part 2. When she's done with this series, I want to make a whole video, watch it again, but put them all together and do like maybe part 1 through 7 on one, and then 8 through 14, or whenever she's done with this series. I want to break it down so it's even, and then that way you have a part 1 and part 2 and they're all together, because the other ones are spread out. You can go to episode 11 and episode 15 if you want to watch them, or if you want to wait for me to just do it again, to make that video again and put them all together, you can do that too. Yeah, man, this journey, listen, life is turning up. We are turning up, and we are remembering, and it can only go up from here. It can only go up from here, family. And I'm excited, and I'm ready, and I love every single one of you guys. I love you. Thank you for tuning in to Lady Boss Energy, where we uplift, motivate, and inspire each other to get our shit together. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know somebody who might need to see this, share it with them. I hope you have an amazing 24 and the best 7 yet. And I pray the divine radiates love and kindness and compassion and abundance and peace and joy and all the things over your life today, tomorrow, and forever. Till I see you on the next one. I love you.